Good morning. Welcome to JP's Morning Brief for June 17th, 2026. Good morning, everyone. I'm a lot calmer than I was yesterday morning, but just as determined. Yeah, because I was out there yesterday, I know. But you know what? People's lives were at stake and mistakes might have been made, but we'll it's pretty good. You're the thing. See something, say something. It worked this time. That was good. But welcome to the morning brief. Uh, Please, as we get started, uh, we say this every day, but that's all right. We have to get. Well, I got a couple of new followers yesterday. It was great. We're up to 160. We're building that platform where we need to do. This morning, I put in uh, the request to do the creator program again for Rumble for next month. We'll see if I get accepted and see if we can make headwinds on this. Okay, so click that little bell beside where it says the JPA report and toggle down where it says follow. Click the follow button for me, please. All right, and then right next to it is the thumbs up button for a like. Give me a like for this episode. And then if you want to chat, please chat. Okay. It's open. Chat. Remember, live chat equals temporary. All right. Comments are permanent, but live chat is temporary. So it goes away when the broadcast is over. All right. So that being said, let's move on over to the armament shop. The armament shop, whether you're looking for your first firearm, upgrading your setup, or need expert service, Jason at the Armament Shop is Copper's Cove's premier source for all things shooting. Browse our wide selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns, backed by top tier gunsmithing for repairs, along with reloading supplies and professional cleaning to keep your firearm in peak condition. Need a transfer? We make FFL transfers fast, easy, and affordable. Need your CHL? That would be your concealed handgun license. Um, Jason can handle those classes both online and in person. He has over 3 decades of experience. Visit the Armament Shop today at 115A West Avenue D in Coppers Cove, or call or text 254 560 2023, or visit www.armamentshop.com. That's www.armamentshop.com. The Armament Shop. Your safety, our priority. All right. I just talked to his wife last night, and she was saying that he's back in the shop full time. So he's there every single day. He's there every single day. Give him a visit, give him a call, give him some great business there. He's there for you. All right, Iran update. Uh, we're down to today's Wednesday, so day after tomorrow, everything's supposed to be released to the public, if not before. All right, just gotta pull back on those reins. Don't be like the press and assume, because I got this great friend that's got the sheet of paper in front of me. Got to wait for it to be officially released. All right. Trump is in talks with the Palestinian Authority to repair ties and to advance the Abraham Accords. The oil prices continue their downward spiral. Australia lowers their travels advisory for Israel, Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates. Israel doesn't support the MOU, and that might be all the rhetoric about this MOU is because Israel doesn't like it. The MOU ceremonial signing is Friday in Geneva. That's it because it's already been digitally signed. Qatar and Pakistan is asking for the U.S. to delay releasing the text of the memorandum of understanding. There was another war powers attempt in the Senate yesterday by Raphael Warnock. It failed 47-48, and that was bipartisan because we had Democrats joining Republicans and Republicans joining Democrats, and then we had people who didn't even bother to vote. All right, because if you add 47-48, you come up with 95. So where was the other five, right? So as you know, as you kind of figure out there, 5 people didn't vote. One of them's in the hospital. The turtle's still in the hospital, so he can't vote. That would be Senator Mitch McConnell. Uh, the G7 wants less dependence on the Strait of Hormuz. They want to utilize more pipeline activity so they don't have to worry about on ship traffic through the Strait of Hormuz. United Arab Emirates has 2 pipeline projects right now under construction, but they won't be ready till next year. You know, Saudi Arabia has 2 or 3 that goes from the eastern province all the way to the Red Sea. But that pipeline in itself, it bypasses the Strait of Hormuz and then the strait that the entrance to the Red Sea. Also, the Houthis have no bearing in what's going on there. And then there's another one that goes to Egypt that they want to utilize also. The Western powers, the G7, are making plans to eliminate the strait as a point of contention in the economic status of the world, right? Like I said a little while ago, don't listen to the press. Wait till like the president said, we need to read this word by word. Uh, we need to wait for that. We don't need all this conjecture. We need to make headlines. Well, screw the headlines. Just wait for the truth to come out, right? Israel did a drone strike inside of Lebanon yesterday, killed 4 people. Iran warns the U.S. This is laughable, but Iran warns the U.S. any breach will be met with decisive, crushing resolution. Uh, yeah, okay. So, and then Brent crude oil fell below $80 a barrel this morning. It is at $78.79 a barrel. West Texas Intermediate is at $75.83 a barrel. And then the stock market yesterday closed again at a record high. It increased by 328.64 points. Then get this, you can't make this up. 51,999.67. I mean, 33 cents off of hitting 52,000 points. Unbelievable. That's tremendous. So with oil being at 78 something a barrel, I haven't been over by Sam's Club, but I guarantee that price of gas is falling. If not, there's something wrong, but it should be falling. All right, so that's the Iran update. Let's get into this. There was primaries, elections, and runoff elections yesterday in the U.S. It was in Georgia, it was in Alabama, and it was in Oklahoma, right? So this is what we got. First, Georgia for governor. The president actually lost only his second endorsement, all right? Burt Jones was defeated by Rick Jackson, 53-47. Jackson is a self-made billionaire, so maybe I gotta fix this real quick. There we go. I'm back. So that was done. 53-47, and then Mike Collins. He was endorsed by the president. He defeated Derek Dooley in the runoff. Derek Dooley was endorsed by Governor Brian Kemp, and Mike Collins was endorsed by President. Collins won 55-44. Mike Collins, he'll be great. Okay. Let's see. Next, we have Mike Mazzei. He was endorsed by the president, but he came up short also. But they're going into to a runoff election. I think. I think that's what they said. They can't be. No, they're in Oklahoma. I'm sorry. Okay, Oklahoma is the primary. This is going to the runoff. Um, uh, yeah, Mike Mozzie. Oh, man. Okay, so the final vote was 26% to Drummond to 25.6% for Mozzie. Yeah, but the president is endorsing Mike Mozzie, so this is going to go to the runoff. I didn't catch a date when the runoff election is supposed to be. The next one is T.W. Shannon. I like this guy a lot. I've followed him for years. He's the first black, I mean, this is not a DI thing, but he was the very first black Speaker of the House of the state of Oklahoma. Okay? Um, we haven't even had a black Speaker of the House of the United States House of Representatives. So, but he was endorsed by the president. He defeated his opponent 53 to 13. No runoff needed. So T.W. Shannon, he's running for lieutenant governor of the state of Oklahoma. Congratulations, Mr. Shannon. You know, I've been wondering why I haven't been seeing him on Fox News lately. That is why. All right. Kevin Hern. Kevin Hern was endorsed by the president. He is running for senator in the state of Oklahoma, and he was personally asked by the president to run for the Senate because Markwayne Mullin, he is now the Homeland Security Secretary. Man, I'm having a hard time talking this morning. But Kevin Hern defeated England 69 to 14. No runoff needed. So this is another one. And remember, Oklahoma is like pure red. All right. Next, one of the president's favorite people that is in Congress. No, he's running for Congress, but he's running for Congress in Oklahoma's first district. He's in the runoff against Tedford, 31.9 to 25.9. So that's in the runoff right there. And then Barry Moore, I forgot one more. Tom Cole, he's an incumbent in Oklahoma 4. He was endorsed by the president also. He trounced his primary opponent 71 to 29. No runoff needed, right? And in the last race I got that I'm going to be talking about is for Alabama for the U.S. Senate because Tommy Tuberville is running for governor and he won his race outright last night. But for his replacement in the United States Senate, it was Barry Moore versus Jared Hudson, and Barry Moore was endorsed by the president, and he won outright without the need of a runoff, 55 to 44. All right, so those are election stuff. So about what I was actually going off about yesterday because this alleged terror plot that was about to strike D.C. until the very last second. Was so I got 2 articles from that, okay? And you'll like the second one. I was just reiterating to it. But the FBI and its law enforcement partners disrupted an alleged plot to target this weekend's UFC Freedom 250 event in Washington. 5 people were in custody as of Monday. Investigators identified 23 people as part of the potential network of plotters. The alleged plan involved using explosively laden drones to hit buildings near the event, force a mass evac, and steer crowds toward a pre-staged sniper team. And then a second wave was an alleged plan to storm the White House gate. According to officials, the FBI first learned of this on June 10th, 4 days prior, and worked with partners to secure a probable cause arrest in Cincinnati. One suspect was taken into custody, and in court documents identified that man is 19-year-old Tyson Proper. Okay, if you want to see his picture, if you haven't seen it on the internet, that's his picture right there. He ain't getting out of jail. And there's several other people and stuff involved in this right now. Um, According to the complaint, Proper spent $3,000 of his graduation money to purchase lots of ammunition, guns, extra mags, and other items for an alleged attack. Authorities estimated that several boxes of ammunition that Proper had allegedly acquired contained thousands of rounds. It also alleged that Proper acquired an AR-style rifle, a bullpup painted with an American flag, and 2 plate carriers and AR-style magazines. His family voluntarily turned over the equipment to law enforcement. All right, we'll get more into this at the JPA report, which is going to be an hour and 15 minutes from now. So this is the part. This is so cool. So over and over and over, it's been pounded time in and time again, right? If you see something, say something. If you see something, say something. People laugh that off, but you know what? It paid dividends. So Mr. Proper, his mom weaseled him out, which is a good thing, okay? Because, stitches get stitches. You know what? Sometimes you just got to do the right thing. The alleged plot to attack Sunday night's UFC event at the White House may have been unraveled by a worried mother who noticed her son's growing obsession with guns, tactical gear, and secretive online communications. According to court docs, viewed by Fox News, Tyson Proper, a 19-year-old Ohio man charged in connection with the alleged plot targeting UFC event on the White House grounds, first came to investigators' attention after his mother became alarmed by his recent behavior and contacted authorities. Federal authorities allege Proper was a part of a group planning to attack the UFC event on June 14th, on the White House lawn, and investigators say the alleged plot involved explosively laden drones, sniper positions, coordinated attacks of attendees, and other targets. According to one complaint, one of the biggest warning signs came when Proper's mother observed him researching locations near Washington, D.C., and receiving maps and images through text messages and Discord. I've never been on Discord. I don't even know how to get on that thing. When she confronted him, Proper allegedly told the group planned to conduct recon and hit and run missions. She later told investigators she interpreted it as planning shootings. The criminal complaint revealed that Proper's mother contacted authorities on June 10th after becoming concerned about her son's recent firearm purchases and communications with people he had met online. That was so close, because they executed an arrest on June 12th, 2 days prior to the UFC event. Thank you to that guy's mom, because she did the right thing. Man, that was unbelievable. All right, so back to the election stuff. The president has reiterated time and time again that the Save America Act equals FISA passage. I'll say it. The the Save America Act equals FISA. So you can't have one without the other. And he's determined. He wants us. He wants it that so bad that this morning it came out in the news that he is Jay Clayton's nomination. He wants to put on hold until McDonald. I can't remember McDonald's first name at the point in time, until he gets what do you call it? His nomination is confirmed by the U.S. Senate. So when McDonald is confirmed by the Senate for the Southern District of New York, that is when Jay Clayton's nomination can go forward in the United States Senate, because it's supposed to start today, right? But they're gonna hold back on that and let the other guy that came from the Federal Trade Commission be the acting one for a little while longer. So there's a lot of moving parts in this little puzzle here right now. But the president wants his way. He wants that Save America Act passed, no matter what. All right. And if you didn't know, Jay Clayton is he was nominated to be the ODNI, Office of Director of National Intelligence. All right. The FBI had another raid also on June 11th. They raided the headquarters of the Ohio Organizing Cooperative. They're George Soros funded voter mobilization group, and they're and deployed across the FBI. Okay, so what it says here: the FBI agents raided the headquarters of the OOS on June 11th and deployed across the state to question members of the organization, sometimes bearing subpoenas and demanding to seize electronic devices. MS Now, that's a bad place to even cite, reported. A day later, multiple sources familiar with the events told CBS News that the operations were part of a fraud-related investigation. The raid marks the latest flashpoint in the Trump administration's expanding use of federal law enforcement to scrutinize alleged voter fraud and election-related misconduct, a push cheered by conservatives who have long argued such cases were under enforced and condemned Democrats and voting rights groups who say are taking risks by turning the FBI into a political weapon against liberal voter. But if you're wrong, you're wrong. It doesn't matter if you're liberal, conservative. If you're breaking election law, you should pay the price. You should go to jail. Not for like a misdemeanor, 10 days or so. You should go to jail. And you should lose your voting rights when you get convicted. All right, next. Financial matters. By 2036, our debt, our national debt, our $39 trillion, and I don't even want to fathom when we hit $40 trillion, will be 123% of the entire U.S. economy. That's if we do nothing, right? And we can't spend our way out. We got to cut our way out of it. The federal government's financial trajectory is becoming increasingly unstable, unsustainable, according to a new GAO, Government Accounting Office, that warns the rising debt and interest costs could create dire economic issues if policymakers do not take significant action soon. It's in the Financial Fiscal Health Report to Congress released this week. The GAO, the Government Accounting Office, said that the publicly held debt was at $31.3 trillion as of April 2026. So you got public and you got private. The private is through the Federal Reserve, okay, which is roughly equal to the size of the country's economy. The public debt was projected to grow as much as twice as fast as the economy over the next 10 years, reaching 123% of the economy in 2036. under current tax and spending policies, that figure is projected to continue climbing rapidly in the coming decades. We are at risk of going broke, seriously bankrupt broke, which means all benefits would cease or tax rates would have to be exponentially raised, which is politically is a killer for almost anyone involved. All right, we're at 6:55. I'm out of time. Well, on a good note, Kevin Warsh. I didn't even get to everything, man. That means I do a lot of planning. So Kevin Warsh, the new Federal Reserve Chair, is expected to lead his first interest rate meeting today, which will be followed by a press conference from borrowers and investors, and will be able to assess his plans to keep the U.S. economy on track. President Trump nominated Warsh, a former Federal Reserve Chair, as chairman in January, but was not able to assume the post until former Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's term ended last month. And then he has vowed to keep the Fed strictly independent and oversee monetary policy, despite Trump's push for the Fed to lower interest rates, which is the bank's central tool for spurring economic growth. They're expected to keep interest rates the same because the inflationary push from the recent war with Iran. So as those pressures dissipate, I would not doubt that at the next meeting, they do it once a month, that there would be a taste in their mouth to lower interest rates. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. So since we're at 6:57, we're going to rate over to Vince in just a minute. So tomorrow is Pints and Politics in Killeen on Fort Hood Street on the old Kmart shopping center over by where Raising Cane's is, okay? So you take Fort Hood Street, exit off of I-14, you go north, and then you take a left, okay? And it's at 6 p.m. at Area 254, all right? And then on the 30th of June, we have an organizational meeting, which is required by state law for the Coryell County Republican Party. It will be at 6 p.m. on the 30th of June at Trinity Worship Center. All right. And so I can get sworn in as precinct chair. And then we go through specifics about our bylaws and stuff. We're at 6:58. All right. So that is where we're going to end today. We are, see, I tell you what, it was a lighter day, wasn't it? Man, that's a really good thing. I didn't really go off on a tangent or anything. Stuff is stabilized. One thing I want to remind you of, don't believe the hype when it comes to this memorandum of understanding until you hear from the president. All right? When you hear from the president, that's when you can start asking questions. Just be patient. All right? And another thank you to that lady, Miss Proper, for turning her son in to prevent hundreds, if not thousands, of casualties in D.C. That lady's a real hero. All right. So thank y'all for tuning in this morning. I will see y'all in 1 hour for the JPA report. I already got it ready to go. All right. And I'll get some breakfast in you, relax, and then be ready for us to continue on in 1 hour. All right. So thank you very much. I'm going to initiate the raid for Vince. There we go. How much time? We got 40 seconds till 7 a.m. So I will see y'all then. Y'all take it easy. I'll see you in 1 hour. I just confirmed the raid. 8 seconds. Check y'all later. Catch you on the flip side. I'm out.